Growing up, I lived on the penthouse floor of the fanciest hotel in the city, with the weirdest parents on the planet. My parents owned the hotel and about a dozen more around the world. They were millionaires and everyone in town loved them. They'd wave and smile to the doormen and the guests as they walked into the hotel, but the moment we arrived in our penthouse, everything changed. They'd send me to my room and spend the rest of the night shouting into their cell phones. When I was 5, I asked my dad to read me a bedtime story. As usual, he was busy on the phone. "Please, Daddy, it'll only take a second." I asked him again, and he snatched the book out of my hand and threw it out the window.
"Here's your story. Don't interrupt Daddy when he's on the phone. The end. Now go to your room."
When I was 14, my history teacher, Miss Jackson, gave me an assignment to draw my family tree. I asked my mom and dad about it, and their faces turned white. "We are your only family. That's all you need to know." "What about grandparents or cousins? Do we have any pictures? I could use them for my project." The next day, my teacher was gone. She'd been reassigned to a new school. I was so upset. I knew my parents had something to do with it. When I came home, I confronted them about it, but they swore they didn't do anything. I could tell they were lying. Things at school weren't much better. I was shy and a teeny bit clumsy. And one day in the cafeteria, I tripped over my shoelace and spilled my lunch all over the most popular girl in school. Sorry. She and her minions made it their mission to make my life miserable. "Hey, leave me alone or I'll..."
"What, you'll tell your rich daddy and get us transferred like you did to Miss Jackson?"
After that, none of the kids in school wanted anything to do with me. My only friend in the world was the doorman's son, Peter.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know.
Because the sun was in his eyes.
Peter always found a way to make me smile. And on days when my parents were away on business, I'd sneak down to the lobby to hang out with Peter. We played chess, he helped me with my algebra homework, and even taught me how to play the harmonica. When I turned 16, things got even worse. My parents spent most of their time away on business, and Peter's dad wasn't working as much as he did before. So I spent most of my days alone in the penthouse. One day, I was wandering around the apartment looking for my calculator. I couldn't find mine, so I went to my parents' office to use theirs, and I saw a painting hanging lopsided on the wall. I walked over and adjusted the picture, and then I heard a clicking sound. What's that? The wall behind the painting wasn't a wall at all. It was a hidden door. I pulled it open and found a huge safe I'd never seen before. The safe had a combination lock. I tried a few numbers, but none of them worked. I started to walk away. This was my parents' secret safe. I wasn't supposed to be in here, but I couldn't resist. My parents were never good at remembering things, so they had to have written the code down somewhere.